A lot's been said about TB, so y'all know we are fair here on this channel, and I had to give him an opportunity to respond. So TB is going to speak out about what happened with this grand juror. As you guys know, a lot of news has been going back and forth when it comes to this grand juror that was somehow involved or saw information involving Karen Reed, not only Karen Reed, but an investigation into what's going on with Karen Reed. So ABC News had this to say. They said the federal prosecutors did not say how they learned Leslie had disclosed secret grand jury information. Jessica Leslie is the juror, but sources said authorities had been monitoring social media accounts and other communications during a case that received widespread attention. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go over to what TB had to say about this. And he actually confronted someone who was making comments on X about this whole situation and somehow trying to tie or connect this to him. And shout out to the person who posted this over on X. Y'all check it out and let me know what you think. And TB actually calls somebody on the live stream. I need to find the link to his live stream and leave it for y'all in the comments too.
Hey, Dara, it's Aiden. We're live.
Dara, that's her name.
Yeah. So look at. I wanted to get you on here about your tweet.
Okay, so look at what that's supposed to mean.
No, about the tweet. It's filled with this information. You're insinuating that I'm somehow involved in this.
What's false information?
Your tweet doesn't imply that rant I had 2 years ago had nothing to do at all with this. Nothing. You know that, right?
What? Had nothing to do with what?
Had nothing to do with what happened today with Jessica Leslie. Nothing to do with it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, how do you know?
How do I know what? That had nothing to do with it?
Nothing to do with what happened.
So my rant 2 years ago was that Sean on the Gulf was deleting comments on the Facebook group, right, that were from someone claiming to know a grand juror. And Karen Reed saw that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she saw that the comments were deleted, and she said, "Where did the comments go?" And I said, "I don't know. I guess Sean apparently deleted them." And she said, "Can you ask him to not to delete stuff like that? Because
So Sean, now I'm connecting the pieces. So Sean is the one who was either a moderator or worked closely with Turtle Boy at some point and was helping manage the Facebook page that this information was allegedly posted on. Sean deleted it. TB was like, dude, why'd you do that? And now here we are.
interested in learning more about the federal grand jury.
Gotcha.
Because we're kind of like in the dark about it. And so I asked Sean politely, what's up?
So she wanted to know.
Yeah, she wanted to know. They're in the dark. They didn't know anything about it. Who wouldn't want to know?
Exactly what you said back then?
So what does that have to do with what happened today?
Yeah, it seems like
What
they're
happened today
weren't
is
good.
Somebody from the grand jury was
Yeah.
apparently leaking
I've never heard of
stuff about
Sean
the Karen
personally.
Reed case to somebody, not necessarily you. I'm not saying it was you.
Then why? Of course you're implying it's me.
No, what I'm saying is that back in 2023, you made it clear that people close to Karen Reed wanted information from the grand jury.
Who wouldn't want information from the grand jury if they're just offering it? Right?
You're not supposed to offer it.
Yeah, but that's not Karen Reed's problem. That's the grand juror's problem. If they're just offering it up there, you're not required by law to put your fingers in your ear and say, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, so that's interesting. I don't know how that would work. And I want you guys to give your opinion on this in the comments in the chat. Because if you have someone coming to a Facebook group that's sharing certain information, and if you're in charge of the Facebook group, would you get in trouble or would you have an issue sharing or having a group that's sharing that type of information? And could you be held liable for that? That's something I don't know. I would have to look at the law and ask a federal agent or maybe somebody who's involved with Facebook terms of service. But it seems like you would have some type of protection there. But if it's a private group, I don't know. It's an interesting point.
What, are you implying Karen Reed did something wrong?
What did I say that was wrong or inaccurate?
You're trying to tie the two together. That is like you're implying. You're clearly implying.
You said in 2023 that Karen Reed would be helped by getting leaked information from the federal grand jury.
Mhm.
Today we learned that someone on the federal
So you
grand
can be
jury
held
leaked
responsible for that.
information about her case to somebody.
So what
She
they,
got a sentence of a day.
I feel that, Swain.
I'm aware of that.
Clearly imply that this Jessica Leslie person is making some kind of a deal. Yeah, that's speculation. But
It's a lot.
Why would the Department of Justice put out a big splashy press release about some dinky little, she was talking at a bar or something? It's obviously some kind of a story.
Not the bar.
So what they,
You pretending that it's not.
it's not. So I talked to the person that was visited by the feds today, who is a friend of Jessica Leslie. And the post in question that she got visited by about the FBI was a post about the CDL thing. She knew the CDL thing was happening.
Mm.
Would you be saying all this?
Yeah.
Jessica Leslie made a deal that was really, really helpful to her. She's not facing time in jail.
So TB's saying that he talked to the person that had communication back and forth with Jessica Leslie. That's interesting.
And she's not getting fined because she made a deal. And now you're sharing stuff that she told someone else about what she was actually talking about?
She didn't tell anyone else this. What are you?
Was it a sidebar?
So I talked to the
Was it a
person that
sidebar?
was visited by the feds today, who is a friend of Jessica Leslie. And the talking,
Your source, no.
because my source had her phone taken by the feds. And so they could see her communications between my source and Jessica Leslie.
That makes sense.
The Globe got it wrong today because the Globe sources are.
Oh, go, because God forbid, the Globe, as we all know, is a beacon of truth and fucking honesty.
That's a fair point too.
They reported. Are you saying that they're wrong?
I don't know who their sources are.
And nobody knows who yours are either.
Okay, so here's this, Dara. So when this grand juror obviously sat on the Karen Reed grand jury, they sit on all of them. We agree with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the nexus of this
Farwell jury too, probably, depending on when that.
well, she was kicked off on March of 2024, so she wouldn't have sat on that. So, because he wasn't indicted until August. So, we know that the nexus of this investigation into the grand juror was a tweet about the CDL thing. That's how it all started. And from there, what?
That's interesting.
You're saying that's what started the federal investigation into this.
The grand juror. That's correct.
Yeah.
So they showed me the tweet. It's no longer up. She told me the tweet, visited by the FBI about this one particular tweet. Okay. And then the FBI takes her phone, right? So then they can read all of her messages. So who do you think this tweeter is contacting?
You mean Jessica?
No,
I didn't talk to Jessica.
He talked to the friend.
The tweeter.
Well, my source is the person who
Okay.
wrote about the CDL.
Well, how would they know what Jessica was talking about?
What? They posted about something that only a grand juror would know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't
Yet
know what
they
you
weren't
do
a
if
grand
you
juror.
received that information.
Okay, I gotcha.
So they obviously got this information from a grand juror, right?
Yeah, you guys. Someone in the chat said, "I don't see why he's getting upset with what she's saying because this guy has already got enough heat on him already." Shout out to TB. He doesn't need more pressure or something else that is going to possibly look like he's connected to this situation. He's saying it's not. I'm out of it. We just had a Facebook group, and that was it. It's not the same thing.
That it was Jessica who was sharing.
Right. So they got this woman's phone, and that's how they found out who Jessica was.
Yeah.
That's the story.
So if this Jessica person was sharing information about the CDL case,
That's right.
what makes you think she wasn't also sharing?
Oh, she very well may have done that as well. But you're making it sound like this is somehow tied to my rant 2 years ago, which I don't appreciate because I had nothing to do with this. You're clearly implying that I knew something I shouldn't have known, when in fact I didn't know a goddamn thing.
No, I'm clearly implying that you were sharing information to your listeners, that you had inside information from Karen Reed's team, that they wanted the information
Of course. That's just common sense. Of course they want information.
It came out that someone on the grand jury was sharing it. I am not saying that you're the person who was the go-between between Jessica Leslie and the Karen Reed team.
But the Karen Reed team my post made it clear. My post made it clear.
You're not the person who did that, right?
No, my post made it clear.
You're not saying that?
Not saying what?
That you are not the person who was the go-between, directly or indirectly, between Jessica Leslie and the Karen Reed team.
No, I've never met Jessica Leslie, never spoken to her.
Who says met? Ooh,
what?
This is your bread and butter.
Met?
You didn't meet with her and receive documents?
I've never spoken to, met. I don't even know who the fuck. What?
Of course you didn't.
Yeah.
Right. What I'm asking is, were you involved in the transfer of information?
Don't answer that.
Okay.
But why would I be involved in the transfer of information? What evidence do you?
You wanted to help the defense in any way that you
Right. I was frustrated.
Yeah, and shout out to Dara. She already asked him, should you be talking about this? Oh, man. Listen, guys, I'm all about freedom of speech, but me just being me, if I'm involved in current court proceedings and there's possibly FBI investigation that's taking place, I'm not doing all this talking. Jeez, because this is going to be anything you say can and will be used against you. Goodness.
Because we
2023.
And I was frustrated because we couldn't. The post was taken down by Sean of the Golf. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Some grand juror comes on here and it says is running their mouth about what's happening to the grand jury. We all want to know the tea. Of course we're going to ask about that. Right. That's it. But unfortunately,
and then 2 years later, it turns out that somebody was carrying information from inside the grand jury.
So what the fuck does that have to do with my rant from 2 years ago?
Because you are the one who revealed that Karen Reed's team wanted inside information.
Wait, I'm the one who revealed. That's just common sense. Of course, Karen Reed's team would like to.
You're the only one who would have known. How can you, out of one side of your mouth, say that you had nothing to do with this whole Karen Reed thing, and out of the other side of your mouth say fairly that you're the reason that you are the person who put the Karen Reed story on the map? Who else would it have been other than you?
That did what?
That did what you did in August 2023. You keep going back to this July 2023 as if, like, what relevance could that possibly happen? You put it out on blast that you were the person to talk to if you had info. You literally said that.
Yeah, if you have info, come forward. And unfortunately, Dara, not a single person has come forward.
Dara.
I haven't found out a fucking thing. If I knew, I wish I knew.
Hey, let the man get his money.
You're not getting this? That I wish I knew, and Karen Reed wishes she knew, but we didn't know anything. That's why I was mad that Sean took the post down.
Did get something.
What?
At least according to the Globe reporting, Jessica Leslie's information did get to the.
It got to multiple people, is what the report says, and what's implied by the Department of Justice.
Karen Reed's team.
No, it didn't.
Well, according to the Globe.
Well, that's not what the Globe quote says. However, two people familiar with the allegations confirmed that she was accused of leaking information related to Reed's case, not to the Reed team, but related to Reed's case. That means that she's on group chats with people. What?
Very fair. I'm sorry. That's right. You're right. That is what the Globe says. It says that she's accused of leaking information about the Reed case.
Not two. That's very different.
I agree. Doesn't mean that it got to the Reed case, the Reed team. I agree with you. That's true.
But it's possible.
In July 2023, you were looking for that stuff.
Who wasn't? Who wasn't looking for that in July of 2023?
Well, there was nobody with quite your reach who was doing it.
Yeah, but everybody wanted to know. You would like to know in July. Sean would like to know. Everybody wants to know about it.
I wouldn't mind knowing.
Everybody wants to know everything. We'd all like to see the Epstein list too.
Yeah, but we wanted to see it. So that's not the same. I don't get what you're saying. But either way, I would appreciate if you took the post down because it's incredibly misleading and it makes it seem
misleading. You haven't said one little thing that was misleading. The only thing that I'd be more than happy to do is to say that Aidan Carney flatly denies having anything to do with Jessica Leslie's sharing of information about the Karen Reed.
Well, do you deny it? Why should?
How would I know? You're the
Well, yeah, here's the problem though. If he's saying that he talked to somebody either close to the situation, then that's going to be, you can't make that statement. What a mess.
So why is
man.
my denial even worth posting about? Like that implies that there's some suspicion of me.
Yeah,
There's no
just
suspicion of me.
stay out of it.
The only
I'm with you.
thing that makes sense is that I add something that says that you flatly deny that you had anything to do with it.
No, because I don't even want you doing that. First of all, everybody's listening, so I don't even have to do that.
Who gives a shit what you want me to do?
What?
Who gives a shit what you want me to do?
I don't care.
Okay, good.
That's
So,
fair.
like,
You said you would appreciate it if I
Dang.
took the post.
Yeah, I would appreciate it. But if you don't, you don't. It's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I would appreciate.
I would be happy
I wonder who
to
his
add,
source is.
whether you want me to or not, that you flatly deny having anything to do with it.
I don't.
Oh man, this is tough. What do y'all think about this? We got denials going back and forth. We got someone who's trying to paint a picture of what could allegedly have happened behind the scenes, who was directed where, what was going on here. And then, of course, Aiden's denying it and saying, I didn't have anything to do with this. I believe him, obviously. I don't think he had anything to do with it either. But if there's some connection there, then that's going to raise eyebrows, potentially. It's going to shine a light on the situation again. Hopefully that's not the case, but y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments and in the chat.